Alright guys, welcome to another vlog. Feeling slightly worse for wear this morning. Looking even worse than worse for wear. And yeah, still wearing the same clothes from yesterday. But that doesn't really matter. You join me on a very blustery Sunday. Is it Sunday? Yeah, Sunday morning, 10:30. Family have gone to get some food shopping. There's no way I could be out in public feeling like this. But yeah, so this behind me is our bar that we've built. Well, I say we, I've really had very little input physically in this bar, aside from like chopping up some wood from some pallets and stuff like that. Mainly because I've been working and it's just not been, I don't know, I feel like I've just not contributed at all to it. But that's the story of my life, I suppose. But yeah, so we've got the tarp on it, or tarpaulin, some people call it. So it's pretty much finished. The reason why there's like stones and stuff is obviously because it's fucking blowing a gale. I actually really like this wind that we've been having recently. Really pretentious, hopeless romantic moment was had the other night when it was really kicking off. I was out for a smoke at about like midnight, something like that. I was just stood there, and just stood in the middle of the garden. The wind blowing through me, blowing through the trees. And I don't know, there was like, I don't sound like a new age hippie cult member now, but it felt like, you know, the planet was breathing. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, when you're like, and you can breathe after, you know, if you've got no oxygen or something like that. Asthmatics will know what I'm talking about. But I don't know, there was like a real sense of purity about it. I mean, of course, I know winds like that can cause, they can leave a trail of destruction. But it just like the sound of the wind blowing through the trees and like things being blown across like the paths and roads, and then really in the distant background you could hear like the odd murmur of a passing car. I don't know, then the sky seems to be a lot more pure as well. And although it was like dark, there was still like a really nice sort of like colour palette to it. And I don't know, it's just it sort of put things into context, really. Because as shit as the situation is that we find ourselves in, for that like 5-10 minutes, just nothing mattered. Do you know what I mean? My story's not the same as everybody else's story, of course, and touch wood, no one I, you know, directly has been affected by the virus or the mental health issues that come along with a situation like this. But yeah, it just all my problems seem to have just been blown away for that moment in time. And I just felt so lucky that I could have one of those moments. And I wasn't pissed or anything like that. Well, you know, you can have a situation like that that takes you out of the current situation that you're in. And it just felt really good at the end of the day. But I definitely think the planet has, for a brief moment in time, has been able to breathe again. So yeah, of course that'll all change when we go back to our old ways of like wasting food and clogging up roads and stuff like that. But it does really make you take the environment seriously. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to turn into like a fucking great Greta Thunberg supporter or anything, because I just can't stand that girl. It's not her. I just think she's been exploited by her own family, by very influential people. But we won't go into tinfoil hat territory. I just think she's a bit of a hypocrite as well. So yeah, that was just a really nice moment, and I wrote a very pretentious post about it on Facebook. And then I was thinking to myself, I should start writing. Do you know what I mean? Just start writing ideas down and things that come to your head. I've never really journaled or anything like that. I've always loved the concept of it, but you know, just let your creative juices spill out all over the floor. Could have picked a better metaphor, I suppose, but hey ho, that's the way the cookie crumbles. So yeah, I actually really like this weather. It's just this. The air seems a bit more fresher. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so the bar is pretty much ready. There's just some like aesthetic touches that need to be completed. The family have done an absolutely fantastic job of putting this together. They really have. And we've only spent money on like tools such as nails and screws and things, because all the wood has been sourced locally from like shops, skips. My brother's work have given him some of their like offcuts of wood. So, you know, it just goes to show that you can create something out and out, really. Summit out and out. Or something out of nothing. So yeah, really interesting. And the finish on the wood is actually really quite nice. And on the centerpiece, there's a piece of like rectangular wood right in the center that we've painted black with. Keep saying with blackboard paint. So it's just a bit of fun. It won't be like a fully functioning sort of bar, but you know, we can have a little system set up to like cool beers down and have when I get kegs and things like that. And then we've got a gazebo that's going to go over there as well. And we were thinking on this shed that we have to make this panel with the chalkboard paint, blackboard paint. Can you say blackboard nowadays? I know there was a thing a few years ago where you can't say brainstorm. So I don't know if what the standing is for the term blackboard. Just a little bit of fun, like put bar that way and then toilets that way, something, you know, a little bit playful. So yeah, today I'm going to be putting my beer mats to good use, because on the inside here you can't really see it. Oh, by the way, we've got some just lights set up, so we're going to buy some more, but we don't know if we're going to put them onto the gazebo itself or just have a backdrop on the fence. So that looks a bit too close. Nobody needs to see that on a Sunday morning, do they? But yeah, it's coming together really nicely. So there's just those little finishing touches, just to add a bit of personality to it. So yeah, on the inside we're going to put like you know, thin pieces of wood you get from furniture, the backing. I'm going to put like, make a sort of mural, sorry, acid reflux, using beer mats, and then like put a protective coat. No point talking when the wind's blowing. My hair's fucking awful today. So yeah, that's that. If you look out on the Wigan Joke and Jimmy O'Neill's Facebook page, not Facebook page, he sacked it off. Don't know why I don't do the same, to be honest. If you go onto his YouTube page, you'll be seeing, hopefully, the first podcast that we recorded. We did it yesterday at his little makeshift studio, and it was a bit of a mess, but a beautiful mess. Well, no, I'm not going to say mess, because we managed to get stuff recorded. Colin, the producer, he's got quite a job of cutting it all together, especially in such a short time frame. But you know, it's baby steps in it. So yeah, actually, and the important thing is I had fun doing it, and yeah, so I'm really intrigued to see how that turns out. Probably won't watch it myself because I don't like watching myself. So we did that yesterday. So that could be the start of an interesting project, which I'm very excited about. I just hope I've come across as an entertaining person, because I'm not, you know, I'm not like, woo, look at me. But it's so much easier to do something like this, do you know what I mean, with your own like camera phone, than it is to actually have a little setup. But yeah, I had fun and I enjoyed doing it, and I'm intrigued to see what the reaction's going to be once it's uploaded, and to see what happens with it in the future. So yeah, massive thank you to Jimmy O'Neill for letting me get involved in this. It was great to actually finally meet him as well, because we've known each other a few years now, and we've like had projects, or his projects, that I used to do with someone else, and he'd always asked if I'd be interested, but I don't know, mentally I probably wasn't in the best place, as he's fully aware. We talked about that as well at the time, and I don't know, I do get a lot of self-doubt with stuff like that. It's like, why do people want me involved in this? So that's something that I need to work on as a person. But yeah, it was a pleasure to finally meet him and have a bit of a chat, have a bit of fun. It was also great to meet Colin, who I know Jimmy's talked about a few times and has his own sort of like podcast as well. So yeah, it was fun. The only thing is like the camera kept overheating that we were using, so that's why like we had to start. But you know, as I said, it was just free form, just make it up as you go along. Plus, would you really want like a carbon copy of a pre-existing, you know, podcast? Because what's the fucking point? What would be the point in like, oh, I want to be the next Joe Rogan, or I want to be the next True Geordie, you know, who've like built up their own sort of things, and many people around the world, really great podcast creators. So I'd much rather see people sort of developing a project over time than just like, this is our bright and spanky, shining new, you know, podcast with, you know, like 4K cameras and a proper big setup and stuff. Because as much as I enjoy podcasts, there's a lot of fucking boring people involved in YouTube and podcasting, that sort of like big audience bracket. But no, I think people really enjoy another slice of Jimmy O'Neill, to be honest. So I think that's where the biggest audience will come from. But yeah, but at the end of it, it doesn't really matter, does it really? Did we have fun while we did it? Yes, we did. So yeah, intrigued. He's actually really made me think about my old channel, the Mondo Squilido channel, which I've not looked at that channel for ages, just because I still get emails to my old email address of videos getting demonetized and like flagged up and stuff, and a lot of it is like bullshit copyright claims from like, so how can I get like a 70s porno film and then get a copyright claim from like a trance producer? And it's like, how do scumbags like that get away with it? Do you know what I mean? Plus, YouTube isn't about the creator anymore, is it really? I don't know what the fuck YouTube's about nowadays. But yeah, so I might start doing some like live streams on there if I've still got the if my account's in good standing, and yeah, I could see if I could get donations and stuff from it. Just fuck it. Do you know what I mean? If you've got the opportunity to make money off a platform, then just go for it. I can't stand these people who go, oh, I'm not in it for the money. Oh, you won't see me monetising my videos. Oh, you'll never see adverts on my videos. It's like, fuck off. Well, why are you on a public platform? Just doesn't make any sense. It's like these artists who like, oh, I paint for the pleasure, and money's no object. Yet they'll sell like a print of an original piece for like £50,000, and then turn around and go, oh, it's about the art though, isn't it? It invokes emotion. It's like, no, it just lines your wallet, and rightfully so if you're talented. Even if you're not talented and you can make money, make fucking money. But don't prance around making out that you're doing it purely for integral reasons. You're doing it for profit and ego. So fucking own it. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I might see what I can do with the Mondo Squalido channel, especially with the current job climate, where it's always in the back of my mind that any day now I could either be furloughed or got made redundant due to the current situation. So every day, as tedious as the work can be, sat in the bedroom taking calls and stuff like that, I'm just so thankful that for that day I've been able to earn a day's wage. Thankful for a full week's wage at the end of the week. Do you know what I mean? So I'm riding out that roller coaster as long as possible, to the point where it's like I was going to book some days off, use some of my holidays just so I can have a bit of time away from doing work, but it's like, what's the point? Save them, because you get paid your holidays anyway, so that could sustain me for a couple of weeks. Do you know what I mean? Plus I'm putting money away now. I can't believe it's taken me 31 years to become a fully, properly, well, almost a responsible adult. Got a lot pissing around in my teens and 20s, but it's made me the person who I am today, for better or for worse, depending on who you're talking to. But yeah, that's it really. Not done a vlog for a little bit. Just wanted to talk about the bar. I would have taken the tarp off, but it's bollock-cake in it when it's just me getting that sorted, because we've already lost tarp. Like a big fuck off piece of blue tarp just disappeared, so it's probably blown onto like a motorway or something and killed an orphan. I don't know. You never know these days, do you know what I mean? I hope it's not killed an orphan, because that'd be really fucking sad. Anyway, so yeah, just checking in. Just wanted to let you know that there's going to be hopefully a podcast released today, video podcast on YouTube, and yeah, just hope everyone's doing well, staying safe, being sensible, but not bowing down to oppressive, docile governments. Just be sensible. Do you know what I mean? Go visit your nan. Sit in the front lawn. Do you know what I mean? You can be sensible and still have some semblance of normality. But yeah, anyway, I'll probably get shit for that, saying bollocks like that. So you get shit for everything nowadays, don't you? Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to make myself some food because I'm proper starving. A little bit hanging from last night. I hate getting pissed, but I end up getting pissed. But, it's the weekend, bank holiday weekend. I'll probably sustain myself by having a couple of beers in a little bit, just to get me back up to a fully functioning human being. And then we'll see what happens from there. So we're going to do a bit of bar work today. A little bit of creative, because I think that's where I shine, is my creativity. So fuck off, dear. Anyway, so yeah, you all take care, you all stay safe, and I shall hopefully see you all later. Cheers.